Bal Vigyan Bharti, and here is your mentor Abhilash Sarkar. As you know, we are progressing on a problem solving session and time, speed, and distance. There we have reached problem number 9. As because this is taking time for analyzing each problem, so I cannot accommodate more than 3 problems in one episode. So keep your patience, please. In the last episode, the problem number 7, that is the first problem that I have described, that I want to show you another process of doing it. So, because when it is a generic, means there could be a changes in the velocities or the speed. What would be the concept that will very much in a generalized form of solving that problem, because that I've shown a particular case where you can do solve the problem in a particular way, but if it is there that you cannot able to conclude the situation, then what to do. So let me explain, then you can understand what I am saying. Now the problem was Ram and Shyam standing on the side of a room with uh, standing at two ends of a room, standing at two ends of a room with a width 30 meters. They started walking towards each other with speed 2 meters per second and 1 meter per second. Okay. What is the distance traveled by Ram when he meets with Shyam for third time? So this was the problem. Okay. Now, yesterday I solved it uh, by taking the time which will take Ram and Shyam, and accordingly how much what is the physical position of their meeting, first meeting, second meeting, third meeting, and we have concluded the problem. Now, if it is has to be solved in a generic way, that means concept wise, first when they meets, their time of travel is equal, isn't it? Means they are meeting at a point, that means their time of travel, whatever distance they travel, that is a different issue. I am not talking about the distance travel, I am talking about the time of travel must be same, otherwise they cannot meet each other. That means after 5 minutes if they are meeting, so 5 minutes both have moved, whatever distance they moved, that is the difference. So time of the travel is same, that you have to understand. This is a very clear concept and very easy to understand. They are meeting, that means they are traveling in the same point of same time. And now if it is so, let the time, I am not talking I am not taking the time because the time is same. So now again, time is what? Distance upon speed. Okay, so for Ram, distance distance upon speed equal to Shyam's distance upon speed. This is true. On this concept we can proceed. Now if we proceed on this concept, now this I think you have understood. When you are proceeding on a concept that the time taken by Ram for a particular journey when they are meeting is equal to the time taken by the Shyam. Now I don't know distance because they could travel a different distance as because the speed is different, but the time of travel is same. Now what I will do, let now this is a room. I have already said they are standing on two edges. They will move back and forth within this distance. Then only there is a chance of meeting more than once. That I have told already. Let the laps for Ram be N1. Means he has completed, this is a complete lap. When I am talking about lap, I am talking about the complete lap. Then after some fraction he will move. So if it is complete lap, so the lap could be consist of how much distance? So distance traveled by Ram. Distance traveled by Ram. 30 into N1 plus let's say some more distance, Ram distance. So I'm taking it dr. So that means I'm to say if it is a room and he is traveling for meeting like that, so there could be at least some lap plus fraction if he is meeting here, or first if I take the first lap also he is meeting there. So in that case n could be 0. So n value is equal to 0 or an integer. This is my assumption because n cannot be fraction because I am taking a complete lap. Either n is 0 for first lap is not traveled any lap, complete lap. So n could be 0 for first lap, and for further laps n at least to be 1 or means 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, means integers. Okay. Now this is, and similarly for Shyam be N2. This is the same. So Shyam distance traveled by Shyam would be what? 30 into N2 plus I am taking a fraction of distance ds. So these are the distance between the when they, I am assuming when they meet for nth time. Okay, so I am not taking a particular meeting 1, 2, 3 nth meeting. Okay, so now these are the distance traveled between the two equal time of travel. If it is so, when we will equalize the time, that means for Ram distance means 30 into n1 plus d Ram divided by 2 because 2 is his speed. Now this must be equal to 30 into n2 plus d into s by 1. Fine. And on n2 both can be n1 and n2 both can be 0 or integer. Okay, fine. Now if it is so, now I will start with a case 1 where the first lap definitely they will meet. For first lap what could be n1, and one more thing, as Ram's speed is more, n1 is always more than n2. If not equal, they must be n1 also always to be more than n2 because the speed is more, so he will move more lap, that is for sure. Okay, up to that is okay. Now I will take the condition on this. The first condition, condition 1, case 1. I'm taking a generalized style to solve this kind of problem, because there will be change in these values. So in that case, you will not able to understand how much left after they are meeting. So I'm getting a generalized. So n1 and n2 both is 0. That means they are not moved even a lap. They are meeting for the first time. This is the condition of their meeting first time. So now put n1 n2 0. So what is your case? dr is equal to 2 ds. Now one more thing you have to understand. They can meet either face to face, or if the person is who is slower cannot move even a lap, while the other may reach a distance where he can catch in the same direction. So either they can meet this way face to face, or he can cross him, as because he is slower, he is faster, he can even cross him. That depends on the speed. I don't know what could be the speed, could be different. So in that case, two mode can happen. So for first lap, as they are meeting face to face, the other condition of is the distance traveled by them for that lap where they are meeting, apart from the complete lap, dr plus ds has to be the equal to 30. You see, they are both traveling within this distance. So whatever distance he is moved, whatever distance to before meeting, just at the point of meeting, the total distance traveled by them will be 30. Now this is first condition, this is second condition. If you solve it, so you will get dr is equal to 20 and ds is equal to 10. You see, the distance traveled by them will be this. So at first meet, Ram will travel 20 meter, he will travel 10 meter. Fine. You can solve it yourself, no issue, because dr is equal to 2 ds and you put ds is equal to 2 ds. So 3 ds is equal to 30, ds is equal to 10. Now put the value here, so you can get. Okay, now I will move on to the second case, where if n1 could be 1 and n2 could be 0, that means who is faster, he might move the second lap, while the slower may not move the second lap, may not complete the first lap even. So n2 is equal to 0. If we put this, so this become 30 plus dr by 2, that is equal to, this part will be 0, ds equal to ds. So dr is equal to 2 ds minus 30. Now see, in this case, when he is not able to move the complete and he is moving first lap and rounding off for the second lap, they will meet towards each other. So now see, the part of the after, even if I leave the complete lap, the part of the path they are moving has to be same from one end. If I assume this is a dr fraction, this is ds fraction, so both are same. So in that case, putting dr is equal to ds, what we will get? Put ds, so 1 ds is equal to 30. That means what? The Shyam will move complete lap, means at the end of the lap, if ds is equal to 30, dr also to be, because the condition is that dr is equal to ds as they meet on means how will they meet in same direction, you can say in same direction. Okay, so they are meeting when they are moving in the same direction. So dr is equal to ds in that case, because at the from the terminal they are moving this much, we have taken dr, because I have already considered the complete lap, and the fraction that I am considering from the one edge, so dr is equal to ds. Now from that ds is equal to 30 is equal to that is equal to dr. So that means from the terminal they will meet at point which is 30-meter distant. So that means if I consider, because ds has not moved even a lap, he is just reaching the other terminal. By that time dr has moved one lap plus another lap. So this is the second condition is completed. They will meet each other, because I am considering this equation depending on the time of meet. So as this year I am equaling the varying the lap, I am getting the condition of their meet. The first meet condition is that n and n2 is both 0. That means in first lap they are meeting. In second lap, when n1 is 0, means Ram has completed one lap and moving another second lap, and n2 is 0. The Sam has not moved even a lap, so they are meeting at the terminal. That means Ram is completing the complete 2 lap and he is completing 1 lap. So there is meeting. This is the condition. Now if I say the third case, that case could be both has moved 1 lap. Is it possible? Because for n1 lap, n2 when not even a move, this meeting. Whether it is possible that after the meeting first means Ram has moved second lap, already moved second lap. That means he is meeting at second lap, already proven in that first case. So it could not be one. Then for two lap or n is equal to 1 lap, I have already established the condition in the second case, where I have taken n1 is equal to 1, n2 is equal to 0, but the result says they are meeting at the terminal. That means n1 has completed 2 lap, n2 has completed 1 lap, so I need not to consider this case. Okay, so if I skip that case, the case 4 will be n1 is equal to 2, n2 is equal to 2. So where Ram has moved second lap and moving towards third lap, and n2 also covered second lap. Is that possible for them to meet? Means n2 has covered second lap. Is that possible to meet there? Because in second lap of R1 they are meeting there, then they are starting fresh from the same point. So is that possible when n2 will move second lap, n1 meet there? Let me take it mathematically. If we logically, so if I put n1 is equal to 2, so that means it is equal to 60 plus, let's say I am fraction I am moving Ram by 2 is equal to n2 is equal to 60 plus ds is equal to by 1. So now if I say 30 plus or else 60 plus dr is equal to 120 plus 2 ds. Okay, so now see, Ram moved second lap and then moving towards this, so that means he is moving towards this direction, and whereas Sam has moved this, that means he is moving towards opposite direction. Now they are again heading each other. Now this case dr and ds again as per the concept must be 30. Now if we put this, so how 60 plus dr is equal to 30 minus ds is equal to 120 plus 2 ds. So now from there 3 ds, if I take the ds one side, ds is equal to this will give you a minus result. So any distance cannot be a minus. So by assumption of this, that n1 is equal to 2, n2 is equal to 2, cannot fulfill the real trouble. So my assumption is wrong. So this condition never be achieved. Understood? Now why I am showing this, you are means very much is essential to understand, because this thing, these values may change in any sum, that there could not be 2 and 1. Then if you follow this procedure, even if it is changing, you will able to solve the problem. So now next case is n1 is equal to 3 and n2 is equal to 1. This case already pending because n1 is equal to 2, n2 is equal to 1 considered. n1 2, n2 2 not possible. Now I am moving n1 is equal to 3, n2 I am keeping 1. Is it possible or not? Now put it there. Say n1 is equal to 3 means 90 plus dr by 2, that is equal to n2 is equal to 1 and 30 plus ds is equal to by 1. So now if we solve it, so 90 plus dr is equal to 2160 plus 2 ds. Now how they will meet? Ram third lap. Ram has moved third lap means Ram has moved from this 1 to third lap completing and moving this way. So Ram movement is this way, whereas Syam movement started from here, moving first lap and moving for second lap. So moving opposite direction. Okay, in this case also Ram has moved from this first lap, second lap, third lap and fourth lap. This is Ram. Syam has moved first lap and moving for second lap. So in this case also dr plus ds means the last lap, that must be equal to this. Now putting this value here, 30 minus ds, so this will be how much? If I put 30 minus ds, this will be 120 minus ds and ds will be goes their side. So 3 ds ultimately is equal to 60. So ds is equal to how much? 20. So that means this is a real value. So they will meet for third time for this condition. n1 is equal to 3, n2 is equal to 1. So that there ds is equal to 20. So that means dr is equal to how much? Dr is equal to 10. Okay. So this is the third meet. Now if I assume that for third meet their distance from the terminal is for this case we have assumed ds is after that assumption ds is we have got 20 and dr we have got third 10. So before that the Ram has moved 3 lap we have, because n1 we have taken 3, so 3 into 30 he has moved plus this 10. So he has moved how much? 100 meter. Now see, this method is very generic. If you can understand, you go through the process that I have explained, go through that process and you will always able to solve any kind of problem, even if it is this value is changing, because otherwise the process I have shown, that is a specific one, but you will not able to understand if this values changes. Let's say if it is 3, it is 2, then you cannot able to understand where they will meet, after what lap they will meet. This is not physical, because that there 2 is to 1 anyhow it is very easy, because double distance they are traveling. If that is a fraction of something or the other one, then it is very difficult to establish where they will meet. So just understand, this is a very excellent problem is given. So if you go like this, you will able to solve any condition. Okay, now you may think that why I am not taken this condition. Let me take this condition also, where n3 is equal to n1 is equal to 3 and n2 is equal to 2. This also is a condition, this fulfilled, n1 is more than n2. If I put this, let me put this here, 90 plus dr by 2 is equal to, if I put 2, 60 plus ds. Now let me understand the case. Ram has moved from where? Started from there. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Ram is moving this way, and the Syam has started from there. He has completed lap this way and the third lap. So they are moving in the same direction. In this case, dr is equal to ds. So if I put this, dr is equal to ds, that is equal to 90 plus ds again is equal to 120 plus 2 ds. Now let's see here, Here also ds you are getting minus 30. That is not possible. So if I consider that also, I am not getting a practical solution. So that is not possible. That is not. This is a wrong means assumption. So the condition where they will meet for the third time, where Ram has moved n1 is equal to 3 and he has moved n2 is equal to 1. That is the third time, and there I have calculated the distance. Understand? Now I'll move to the, because it is taking too much time to make you understand. So sorry for that. It is going lengthy, but don't be means don't lose your concentration. It is a very good problem. You try to understand what I have explained. If not, you tell me. I will explain you again. This is a very good problem. Now. While going this is already solved. Let me check any other problem. Okay, otherwise I'll move to other sources. Person crosses 600 meters of street in 5 minutes. What is the, yes? So I'll move now to number 10. A person crosses a 600-meter long street in 5 minutes. What is his speed in kmph? Okay, so now this is very short and sweet problem. Now a person, let's say this road is of 60-meter long. A person started from here, let's say A and B. He has started here, and after crossing this point, he is said to be cross the road. So literally he is crossing this distance. That means the distance covered is 60 in how much minute. Now this time is given. Now distance, what is my speed? Distance upon time. So time is given in minute. So if I convert it 5 by 60, so that is in hour. So if I put 5 by 60, this is equal to 60 into 60 by 5, and this is in meter. Then also I have to convert it. Sorry, I am not converted. So meter is equal to 60 by 1000 meter. So this will take 1000 below the line in the denominator, and ultimately this is equal to 636 by 50. That means it's equal to 18 by 25 kilometer per hour. Now why I am saying this is short and sweet? Now in case a person is moving, now in case if it is a big vehicle is moving of some length 10 meter, or let's say 5 meter or 10 meters, okay, time meter, then what would be the case? Now for any vehicle who is having some length, this also to be considered in the traveling distance. Why? Because the point at which this will meet the first point, and the point it will move out of the last point, this distance also being added to the distance of the road or the distance traveled. Okay, so in that case the total distance has to be this distance travels, because once you leave, before this leaving, additionally until it reaches the final point of the vehicle, you cannot say this has caused the road. So when we can merge this finishing line with the end of the vehicle, this could be 10 plus 60. So distance traveled is 10 plus 60 upon the time. So this will give you the speed. So this is the difference. In one problem I have explained both. So in case there is a point travel, that means a person whose weight is very negligible to this distance. If it is not negligible, then that case you have to add once, not that twice, because you can see this is entering here. So entering here will not add because he is not even crossed. I am talking about the crossing of the road. So entering is not conclude that he is crossing. When he is concluded crossing, when the finish point of the vehicle leaving the final point, at that juncture the length is I can say this much the vehicle is crossing, unless we cannot say that vehicle has crossed. So that has to be added once only, not twice. Okay, fine. Now moving to the next problem. Problem number 11. The aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 75 hours. Hour must travel the speed of, this is very easy. If a person walks for 14 km per hour instead of 10 km per hour, he would have walked 20 km more. Let me take this. A person, if a person walks at 14 km per hour, at 14 km per hour in speed 10 km per hour, he would have walked 20 km more. The actual distance traveled, okay. So now this is what okay. Now you can understand, if a person walks 14 km, there is only speed is given, then how will you decide, and the difference of the distance is given. So let's say the condition is that if he would have walked this speed, he will cross 20 km more. So that means that when the speed is more, definitely they will cross. So the first instance, for first case, let distance be equal to d. Okay, and the speed is what it is, 10 km. So what is his means distance is d, and kilometer is this. So he would have also, what is constant here that can be assumed, because he is increasing speed. By increasing speed he is traveling more. That means you have to understand that he is not increasing his time of travel. The time of travel must be same, because you must have some reference to compare. When you are comparing by increasing speed, you are moving more distance, that means you are keeping time same. If you vary the time also, then there is no clue for conclusion, means to compare. So that means the time taken for first journey d upon speed must be same the time when he is traveling with increasing speed, then only it's possible. You are keeping your time, want to save your time. That means how will you save your time? You travel less, then you can save, or otherwise you increase your speed, then only you can save your time. And why you want to save time? To travel more distance. Okay, so this is the time taken for first case, this is the time taken for second case. Understood? Now it is very easy to solve. Solving equation is very easy, but you have to calmly means establishes the equation, so that the thing goes very well. So now it is very easy to solve. So d is equal to 50. So what is the requirement? The actual distance traveled. The actual distance means this is the assumptions. If you increase the speed, they will move 20 kilometer more. So what is the assumption against what actual? The actual is this one, the first case, that he actually moved. So d is equal to 50 is your answer. So what is the answer? That has to be in kilometer, definitely. Understood? So now I will move to the problem number 12. A train can travel 50% faster than a car. Both starts at the point A at the same time and reach a point B 75 km away from A at the same time. On the way, however, the train lost about 12.5 minutes while stopping at the station. The speed of the car. Find a train can travel 50% more speed than a car. They start from a point A and move to another point B at 75 kilometer apart. Okay, the train has lost 12.5 minutes during its journey at a station. Okay, the speed of the car. The speed of the car. Okay, now it is very easy problem. Now we have to assume the car speed is c, and then train speed is what? It can move 50% more. That means 1.5 c will be the train speed. Definitely 50% more. That means 1.5 c will be the train speed. Understand? How 50% more? That means 150% of c. 150 means 1.5 c. I am converting into fraction. Now they start from a point. So they are starting from point A, moving B, 75 kilometer apart. Okay. So train has lost 12.5 minute. So 12.5 minute, if the time lost is equal to 12.5 minute, now everything in is kilometer, minute, kilometer and minute. Minute I have to convert it into R. So that is equal to R is equal to 0, 125, 25, 5, 25, 2, 25, 4. So 5 by 24 R. So is it let uh, and a point, the train has lost it in the 50%. Both start at a point at the same time and reach point B away from. So they are reaching. That is also not being said here in the question. They are reaching at same point. The condition was that they start and reach at same time. Okay, so this is the another condition that I have forgot to write here. So they start and reach at first. So they are starting and reaching. So that means the total travel time equal to t, you can say. So car has moved for t seconds. So car speed is this, and the distance is what, 75. Car c is the speed, t is time. But for train, speed is c into time is t minus, because t I am taking it in hour, so this much is equal to 75. Now 75 I won't I record because there are two variables c and t. So I can solve this equation easily because there is only two variable and there are two equation. There is no problem in that. So ct if I put here, and the second is 1.5 ct minus what I will do, 1.5 means 3 by 2 into 5 by 24. I'll put it into 75. So 1.5 ct is equal to, first equal 75. So 1.5 into 75, that is equal to, and minus 75 brought it bring it this side. So this will be 15 by 48. I will brought in that. So this is 1.15, half of 75 by 2 into c will be there. Sorry, I forgot to put c here. This will carry the c. This will multiply with this c. So this is 75 by 2 is equal to 15 by 48 into c. So what is your c then? C is equal to 70. Calculation I am moving fast because that is very easy for you to do. So I am not wasting my time on showing the detail of the calculation. So 24 into 5 is equal to 120. So c is equal to 120 you can get. So c is equal to 120. So what is the speed of the car? It's 120 kmph because I have converted. I have already kilometer and converted the time in hour. So 120 kilometer per hour the car speed. Okay. So here I will stop this episode. In the next episode I will move on to the problem number 13. I probably will show you 50 odds problem of a different kind. Means I will go on solving. There will get the variety of the problem, and my intention to cover 50 problems so that sufficient knowledge can be acquired from those problem solving session. So thank you for now. Bye.